In this video, we will cover cutting and pasting boxes within Word. Most users of Word are familiar with the commands select, copy, cut, and paste. If you are not, please pause the video and review those skills. Let's get started. The IFSP is developed in Word using the feature of tables. In order to help you understand how to navigate this feature in the IFSP, we're going to start with blank tables. To add tables to a document, you simply click on either the Tables tab, or you may have a menu bar that says Table. Either way, it works just the same. You're going to insert a table. For our example, we will use a table that's 5 rows by 5 columns. Once you have your table in your document, we're going to start with learning how to select a row. So first, you place your cursor where you want to start, hold down your mouse key, and drag your cursor over the areas that you want to select. You'll notice in this example that once those rows were selected, they turned purple. To unselect them, simply click outside of the highlighted region. Again, so you just select by clicking your mouse and dragging your mouse over the area you want to select. To deselect, click outside of the area that was selected. After you've mastered that, we're going to move to copying. To copying a row, the first thing you're going to do is to select a row. Again, you hold down your mouse and drag your cursor over the area you want to select. Next, you click your cursor where you would like the row to be pasted. To paste the row, you're going to either use your Command V or right-click, and the menu will pop up showing you that you can paste. You'll see the area we selected is now pasted. The next thing we're going to learn is how to cut a row. Again, you start by selecting the rows you wish to cut. You may use your Command or Control X to cut, or you can right-click and use the menu and select Cut, and they've disappeared. If you can do these skills with ease, you will be able to do the same in the IFSP. So let's look at the IFSP. In looking at the IFSP Outcomes page, you can see it's nothing more than a table with a little more text. Each of the sectioned off areas contains one or more rows of a table. For example, in the Outcomes box, when you highlight it, you can see that this consists of 2 rows. You can see this faint white line that shows you where the different rows in that table begin and end. So we're going to practice those same skills, select, copy, cut, and paste within the IFSP. So if you have an IFSP that requires more outcomes than are already in the document, the first thing you're going to do is place your cursor and select the rows that you want to copy. Again, you'll see that these have turned purple. They are selected. Now to copy and paste these to add additional outcomes, again, you can use your right click and just copy the cells. Next, you put your cursor where you'd like to place those cells, and then using either your keystrokes of Control V or your right click of choosing the menu Paste, you've pasted the text box there. Now that you've learned how to select and copy and paste a new outcome onto the page, let's look at how to delete an outcome. Suppose you anticipate you'll have more outcomes, and then at the IFSP meeting it's determined you don't need that many. How can you clean up your page to make sure it's parent-friendly? Remember, you're going to start with selecting the areas that you want to cut, and then either Control or Command X, or right-clicking, and you'll see the cut choice from the menu. And it's that simple. So now you've learned how to cut, copy, and paste new fields onto the Outcomes page.